And theoretically, we are now broadcasting live on our special, really messed up Friday edition of the Untitled show. Oh, yes, I do see it just came in on the live stream. So while you can only see me and Stephen Strange on the screen, I am joined by Tim, as always, as well as Andrew. And before I let them say anything, since they can't see the live stream, I'm going to show this off real quick. I know Tim probably has this as well, but this is my copy of Strange Tales number 110, the first appearance of Doctor Strange in comics. Although, ironically, Doctor Strange is not on the cover of this comic book. It is featuring the Human Torch. Yes, 1/4 of the Fantastic Four gets top billing over Doctor Strange in Doctor Strange's first appearance. Yeah. So I do apologize if the audio quality from Tim and Andrew is not up to par. We are having some internet connectivity problems, but that will not stop us. We desperately want to talk about this film. So we're going to start out with a spoiler-free review of the film, and Andrew is our special guest of the day. Give us a quick synopsis of what you thought of the film and your score out of 10. Well, you're a little fuzzy, but I can hear you, so go for it. Hold on just a second. I think we were having some technical problems there. They couldn't hear you. So I apologize. Start over again.
Can you hear me now? I'm waiting for Tracy to respond.
Yeah, so until Tracy actually hears Andrew, we cannot start the show. But of course, Andrew needs to say something so we know that he's still alive out there.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Hello. Really? You can't hear a damn thing? Wait for Tracy to respond.
No, I can. Okay,
you can now?
Yes, you can be heard. I checked. You can.
All right.
Tune into our show and hear a Canadian meltdown live on YouTube.
All right, so one more time. Andrew, your quick synopsis and rating out of 10 for Doctor Strange.
Okay. Well, the movie did follow a lot of the usual tropes of a Marvel film, especially for one that introduces a new character. This movie was a lot of fun. You could see elements of, say, the first Iron Man movie in this, but I actually really loved the visuals. This was a spectacularly looking movie. I thought Benedict Cumberbatch in the lead role was very good. In fact, all round, everybody was very good in this film. Aside from it kind of following the Marvel tropes, I can't really think of anything else to say other than to say, go see this. And I'd give it, I'm going to be thinking about this while the other two of you talk, but I'm thinking somewhere 8.5 to 9.
So 8.5 to 9. You're going to be a little flexible. We'll give our final scores at the end of the show, as always. So, Tim.
Yeah.
As the biggest nerd on the internet, especially when it comes to comic books, give me your quick.
Don't forget that.
Yeah. So give me your quick rundown of Doctor Strange and your score out of 10.
Well, as someone who's seen every Marvel film and of course every DC film, I have to say this goes in my top 3 Marvel film. I can see some similarities to Iron Man. I think the difference, as far as the origin story goes, is Iron Man. Tony Stark was a likable guy, and then he got rid of his selfishness and became Iron Man. In this, Stephen Strange is kind of an ass until he really figures his shit out. So I I think that's like the one real difference in that regard. But this is the most visually stunning film Marvel's done, and I'm putting that Guardians of the Galaxy in either Avengers film. I absolutely I adore this movie, and I give it a 10.
Wow, a 10 from Tim. Have you given a 10 before?
No.
Wow.
And I as someone who's been a big Doctor Strange fan for my whole life, and I have, well, I wouldn't say every Doctor Strange comic, but if it was done in the 60s and 70s, I have about 90% of them. And this might be one of the most added to the source material comic book films ever.
High praise indeed, coming from the idiot up north, and of course Tim. Yeah. I'll say this as far as my quick review. Marvel, of course, has yet to make a bad film, and Doctor Strange is no exception to that. Doctor Strange is definitely one that is a must-see if you like the Marvel Cinematic Universe thus far. You have to see this one. It's by far the most serious in tone of any of the Marvel films so far. Possibly Winter Soldier comes close. But really, this is probably the most serious adaptation Marvel has done so far. I would agree to a point on the visual effects. I think that the magical effects are incredible looking in this film. However, some of the effects, when they're using digital stunt doubles, I thought looked kind of cartoony. That being said, I thoroughly enjoyed this film from beginning to end. I really like the shift in tone, and I like that Marvel's experimenting and going into new uncharted territory. There is one glaring flaw in this movie that we'll get into in the spoiler territory a little bit to me. But overall, it's an incredibly solid Marvel film, easily up there as far as, I know you said top 3. I wouldn't quite go that far. I would still have to put, a few. I'd probably have to say it's in my top 5 of Marvel films, but I wouldn't go top 3.
They're almost to 20. That's pretty good.
Yes. Oh, yeah, definitely on the high side, but I'm going to give it an probably close to Andrew's score, somewhere between 8.5 to 9. Which obviously we'll get into. So,
and I think this is number 14.
Yeah. Oh, only 14? Gosh.
I thought it was like almost 19 or something. Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Civil War was number 13.
Yeah. So now let's get into we can talk spoilers now. So let me say this. If you're watching the show and you have not seen Doctor Strange, well, then, yeah.
Hang on. The video was interrupted. The streamer stopped streaming.
The video was interrupted. Streamer stopped streaming. Doesn't say that on mine.
Yeah, not on mine either.
Yeah, I think that's just you.
Okay.
It's that damn Canadian internet.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
Spoilers. All right. So we're going to talk about some spoilers here. Now, I want, to your point early on there, Tim, unlike, like Tony Stark, this is the story of an arrogant man humiliated basically learning to find his true purpose in life. And unlike Iron Man, you're absolutely right. Tony Stark was a guy that if you knew Tony Stark before his redemption, you can't help but like him. He's so charismatic.
Yeah, he's a lovable rogue.
Right. Whereas Stephen Strange, yes, yeah, Stephen Strange. If I knew him personally, I'd probably want to punch him in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is House with bad manners. He's
House without the charm.
Yeah, House without the lovable quality. So
you have to respect him because he's damn good at his job. Yeah,
and I like that, because I like that he's not the guy that at the beginning of the movie you could say, oh, he's not so bad. No, he's a jerk at the beginning of this film, and I actually liked the one thing I liked was the way they dealt with the girl in this film. I mean, it's kind of formulaic, like you said, Andrew, in that follows the Marvel formula, but unlike Pepper Potts, Jane Foster, and other women that have been in Marvel films,
She's never the damsel in distress.
not only that, but she is she basically is completely thrown by him at the beginning. And I mean, she has no reason to want to help him at all later in the film. But then she's also the one person that he knows he can turn back to and depend on when he desperately needs help. And she's there to help him. He never rescues her.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Completely with that, by the way.
Yeah. So, now I score here. So let me ask you: was there anything?
No, I don't really think so. I really, like I said, as a Doctor Strange fan, he's in my top favorite superheroes from comics, and I really know he's right.
And so then
that is a point.
Yes.
So, besides, how much of a stretch would it have been to have made her? Now we're back again.
Yeah. But I have to say, and man, I really wish. Oh, hey, look, the show's back on.
They don't get this show.
Yes.
Besides, how much of a stretch would it have been on YouTube? Get your act together.
Yeah, that's funny. So now the show is back for at least a minute here. So what we were just saying is that I did not like that Tilda Swinton was cast as the Ancient One, not because she's a bad actress, but because of the fact that it should be an Asian character, and there aren't that many good Asian roles in Hollywood. So I did have a problem with that because it was done completely politically. It was not done for any real practical reason.
And if you wanted to appease the Chinese market like that, what?
Yeah. Why not just make the Ancient One Chinese instead of Tibetan, and then you would, still have the flavor of it be the same. Yeah. And of course, yeah. So we'll keep rambling for a little bit and see if, depending on how much of it actually ends up on there, we'll see what happens. But aside from that, I really like the overall tone. The visuals, I have to say, I am really looking forward to seeing this movie in 3D, and I never thought I would say that, because I want to see what these magic effects in 3D.
That's exactly what I was watching.
I saw an IMAX 3.
I can make out like every third syllable. Try it again, Andrew.
I saw an IMAX screen,
and
it was worth the money.
Oh, you saw? Did you see? Was it in 3D or 2D? I heard
3D.
3D. Okay, yeah. So yeah, I do want to. When the Blu-ray comes out, I'm definitely gotta get the 3D version. He wants to make the bandwidth even worse by turning his camera back on. We tried to blow up the internet.
I know our crappy little state destroy YouTube.
Yeah.
Apparently.
And now Tim on the call. Tim on my side now looks like crap.